Hey there, folks. I hope that you are having a great day. Listen, there's been a lot of questions on our comp plan, exactly how it works. So I asked the programmer to make a quick video to explain the L1 and the L2 in detail, specifically to the L2, how position number 1 and number 2 work and how they are actually paid up line. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check it out. Make sure to share it with your team. Thank you.
Hello, this is an overview over Lionshare matrices and how they work. Let's start with line 1. This is a 3x1 matrix. When you join, you will be referred by somebody and enter into their matrix. When you refer somebody, they will enter into your matrix. Since this is a 3x1, that means that you have 3 positions in your matrix. The 2 first positions will be paid directly to you. The 3rd position will be paid to your sponsor. This is your re-entry fee. At this point, you will get a new matrix, and again the 2 next positions will be paid to you, and the 3rd will be paid to your sponsor. On level 1, this will always be the person that referred you, because everybody is active at level 1. For the other levels, it all depends on who has upgraded. So let's make a little scenario here. So we have a few users. We have A, B, C, D, and E. And let's take level 2. So on level 2, A has upgraded, B has not upgraded, C has not upgraded, and D has not upgraded. So when E decides to upgrade to level 2, who should receive the payment and who should be his sponsor? In this case, the system will look first to see, okay, D is not active, C is not active, B is not active, and finally find out that A is active. In this case, E will now get A as their sponsor, and the payment will go to A. So every time E cycles, the payment will go to A. In the event that D decides to buy level 2, he has not now bought it. The next time E cycles, the system will again look up and it will see, okay, D has bought the product, so we need to do something here. But the payment will still go to A, because this is a penalty fee because D upgraded after E joined. But since D had now praised the product, the system will now decide that, okay, we need to change E's sponsor. E's sponsor should no longer be A, but it is now D. And what happens now is that the next time E cycles, the payment will go to D, and he will re-enter into D's matrix. Exactly the same here would happen, for example, if C bought the product before D. In that case, the system will then calculate E's sponsor to C, and the payment would still, of course, go to A the first time, but the next time the payment will go to C. And, for example, if D bought after C, exactly the same would happen, that the system will recognize that D bought the product. It will send one payment to C the next time E cycles, and then it will code E to D. This way, even if you are not able to upgrade to the level before somebody else in your downline joins, even if you lose the initial sale, you will get that person back into your matrix. This is specific for the matrix system that Lionshare has. Per today, there is no other system out there that give you this opportunity. If we take a look on line 2, it becomes more complex since this is a 2x2 matrix. You will be referred by somebody and you will enter into their matrix. Since this is a 2x2, that means that your matrix has 2 levels. Your first level has 2 positions, position 1 and position 2. Your second level has 4 positions, 2 positions under position 1 and 2 positions under position 2. What makes the 2x2 more complex is that you have two different ways of passing up sales. You have position 1 and position 2, which is passed up to the person directly above you. And you have the cycle, which is passed up to your sponsor. Those two persons are not always the same. It is also important to notice that with Lionshare, both position 4 and position 6 can cycle you. The reason for that is because Lionshare implement a true follow me matrix, and that is a huge benefit for you and is the main reason why you should choose Lionshare over any of the other systems out there today. None of the other systems available per today's date is a follow me matrix. Now, the huge benefit for this on your side is that any sales that you do the hard work for, any sales that you bring in, they will come back into your matrix when they cycle. So if we go back and explain how this works with Lionshare, so your first position and your second position can be filled by you or by the person above you. Your third and fourth position can be filled by you or by your first position. Your fifth and sixth position can be filled by you or by your second position. In the event that you fill your entire matrix, what will happen is that you will always be filling from left to right. So your first sale will go to position 1. The second sale will go to position 2. The third sale will go to position 3. The fourth sale to position 4, and so on. But since this is a true follow me matrix, in the event that you made 2 first sales, and before you make any more sales, and before your first position makes any more sales, position 2 makes 2 sales. These 2 sales are then coded into your fifth and your sixth position. That allows you and your person in your first position to fill your third and your fourth position, and by that cycle. This is unique, and there is no other systems out there today that actually does this and follow a true matrix. With other systems, what happens is that sales you make are not coded to you. They are coded to whoever they're placed under. So in those systems, what happens is that 2 first sales that you make, those are still coded to you. You didn't receive any money from those because those are passed up to the person above you. But the next 4 sales that you make, those are not coded to you anymore. Those are coded to the person they are placed under. So if you are doing all the hard work with selling and making certain that you bring people into your team, what happens is that you lose those people. You will never see them again. They will not re-enter back into your matrix, and you basically lost all future income from those persons. Instead, if they were placed in position 3 or position 4, they will be tied to position 1, or if they joined into position 5 or 6, they will be tied to position 2, and when they cycle, they will come back into that person's matrix and give them money instead of giving the cycle funds to you. As mentioned earlier, Lionshare is a true follow me matrix, so you don't need to worry about this when you join Lionshare. All the sales that you personally refer will be coded to you, and they will come back into your matrix when they cycle. If we take a look on Lionshare in regards to how the 2 pass-up options work. If we take an example here where your sponsor is on top, and they already filled their first and the second position, and when you joined or when you cycled, you enter into position 3. In this case, what will happen with your 2 first positions is that they will then be passed up to the person that's right above you, which is the person inside position 1 for your sponsor. And then when you cycle, that payment will go to your sponsor. If we do another example where you enter one of the two first positions. Let's say that you have your sponsor here. He filled his second position, and you entered back into the second position. So in this case, when you make two sales of fill your two first positions, or if your sponsor makes them, what happens is that they go to your sponsor. And again, when you have filled your matrix, the cycle also goes to your sponsor. So who receives your position 1 and position 2 all depends on where you are placed in your sponsor's matrix. And that also depends on who is filling those for you. So if you're placed directly under your sponsor, it is you and your sponsor that can fill your position 1 and position 2. In the event that you are placed under either position 1 and position 2 in your sponsor's matrix, then it will be you and position 1 or position 2, all depending where you're placed, that will be able to fill your position 1 and position 2. In addition, similar to with line 1, the first level, everybody will be active. For the other levels, it all depends on who has upgraded or not. It works exactly the same way as I explained in line 1. In the event that you do not upgrade before somebody below you, you are able to get them back into your system after you have upgraded and after they have cycled the first time. As mentioned, this is something that is unique with Lionshare. You are able to get back people in your downline even if you upgraded after them. There is no other systems per date that has this functionality outside Lionshare. And again, this is a huge factor why you should choose Lionshare over any other systems.